Alright, what's going on, everybody? I've been seeing a lot of people having issues with trying to heal and the macros and the targeting and stuff like that, so I figured I'd make a video to kind of help people out. First, I don't know if you could see that well. This is how my bar is lined up. I have my Asunas on the left, right there. I have my cures to the right, all named out. And in the middles, I have Protect, Raise, which can be replaced, the Limit Break, which is good to have there, Medica, and on the inside, on the left, I have my attack spells plus Sprint. All good to have. So first, let me show you how to macro right. Instead of clicking on the top left where the party normally is, you just create a macro. That way you don't have to do it, and it's just a one-button press. So in this game, I don't know if you can see, so I'll try to zoom in a little. It's basically you name it on the top. I made all the pictures to cure spell, like so. And it's basically /AC, or you can just type action, a space, cure in quotes with a capital C. You always put the name of the skill, the first letter is a capital. And then you space, and you have the left triangle, what you want to target, and then the right triangle, and that's it. Now, if you play the other Final Fantasies, like number 11, and you weren't sure why it was working, if you did this, you don't need the P. Normally it was, in that one it was P1, meaning the first player, P2 meaning the second player, P3 meaning the third player, and P4 meaning the fourth player, and U being 0. In this one, you don't even need me, because in the party you're the first player, so 1 is always you. So you just set these up, and if you look, I've done the same thing with Asuna, and that's how it looks. So when you cast it, it's going to cast it on the player that does it. Now on mine, I have the square being, I'm playing on the PS3 version. So let me zoom back out. Nope, that's the wrong way. So I have the square being the 1, triangle being 2, circle being 3, and X being 4. And I have in the same exact order for the Asunas. The left being 1, the top button being 2, the right button being 3, and the bottom button being 4. That's, for me, it's a lot easier. Now, when you're healing, first thing you want to do always, is to know that, especially in the lighter parties where there's only 4 people, you'd be surprised how much of a difference it makes if you don't just sit there and heal the whole time. Yes, you want to heal, but you also want to put on an attack. So arrow is the best one you can do. So you go in and you just cast arrow on the people when you have opportunity, and keep doing that every once in a while. What that does is it's going to kill them a lot faster, and it's going to save you a lot of time on the actual dungeon itself. As well as stone is going to help, but for the first time in life, you don't want to get stoned. Stoned is basically when you're casting stone, which has a longer cast, about 2.5 seconds, I believe. And if someone's dying while you're casting stone, you either A, have to interrupt it, or B, they'll die before you can cast cure. So it's important to learn to balance that out. I have Medica there. That's basically like a heal party. That's good to have. And as well as the Limit Break. In my opinion, the Limit Break should always be kept for the healer, because it's kind of like a savior for the party. And unless the monster's about almost dead and obviously no one's going to die, then whoever is on an actual attack or DPS can use it and just kind of finish them off. And you always want to start with Protect. Raise, you could kind of take that out, but I don't have any other skills to replace it with right now. But it's kind of a waste on the most important bar. I could easily put it on a second bar or something, but just leave it there for now. And Sprint. Sprint is good to have because you want to kite. If something happens to you, you don't want to just sit there and eat it. You want to be able to get out of there. It's going to be more useful too in PvP. You want to move around a lot as a healer. You don't want to just sit still, as well as you want to back the camera out. You want to be able to see the whole battlefield. You don't want to just sit there and look at the health bars the whole time. You want to actually look at the field. So if you see a monster going to somebody, If you memorize what number everybody is, which a good healer is going to have to learn to do, it makes life a lot easier for you. As well as you can see if someone's coming at you, and you can get out of the way a lot easier. If you don't know how to zoom in, on the PS3 version you hold L1 and move the right stick forward or back, and that's going to help. The last skill on this bar that I have is Fluid Aura. That you have to learn how to manage, because that's basically your get out of jail free card. If someone's about to hit you or they're all over you, you Fluid Aura them away and then you run away. That's it. You don't use it ever besides that. If there's a monster and you want to try to attack them, use Stone. If you use Fluid Aura, you'll knock them away from the tank who's trying to get the aggro on them, and you just ruin the whole aggro, and it'll probably go to someone else, or you could fuck up everything that's going on. So try to use Fluid Aura sparingly, only when needed. As for the actual putting your character's traits in, if you don't know what Piety is, that's basically your mana. Mind is how good your healing spells are, and Vitality are the three you're going to need to know if you're going to be a healer. Vitality is your health. I basically would tell you to do those as you're going. Don't kind of plan anything. Just don't use Intelligence, don't use any of the other ones, because Intelligence is going to be for your attack spells, and they're really not that important if you're going to be a white mage. Unless you want to stay Conjurer, you could put some in there, but if you know you're going to white mage like I am, just leave it alone, because it's just going to waste your attribute points, and you don't want to do that, considering you only get them once every 2 levels, I think it is. So you don't want to do that. Now what I'm going to do is, on the next video, because I'm probably going to have to make a second part or else I'll cut myself off, which will be a bitch. So I'm going to go into a dungeon that I've not done yet, and I'm going to go from there just to kind of show you. Alright, so wait for the second part, and we'll see how this goes.